good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are. My name is Leticia. Welcome to the channel. Today we're talking about style. We're diving deep, but very quick, into a very helpful concept that I discovered this year. It's called 3 words method. I think this concept was developed by Allison Bornstein. At least that's how I came to know this concept when this video popped in my suggested YouTube videos. It's really interesting. So I will tell you today a little bit about it. Why is it helping me? What did I do? And how you can do it too. Let's jump right in. So I first came across this method this year and just in time to use it for my fall capsule wardrobe. So for the planning phase. And that helped me so much. So I watched the video, I got really excited, and I just jumped right into my metrics. I'm like, I have to figure out what are my 3 words. Keeping hydrated. Today is the fall special pumpkin spice latte, and it's cozy vibe. So Allison, in her video, went with this girl through all her wardrobe, tried to understand her photos, who she wanted to be, how she wanted to express herself, and helped her to come up with these 3 words. So what are they? What do they mean? These 3 words mean something different. It's not like 3 styles you want to have in your wardrobe per se, like, oh, classic, elegant, and sporty, or romantic. That's not the straight up styles you are familiar with. They mean 3 different things, 3 different areas of your style, if I can say. There's, as far as I know, maybe in her book she describes better, but in the video she doesn't give us a method, but I could understand what she was saying, and I'm going to translate to you guys now while I show you what I did. So basically, I just said like, first word, what is? She got her first word from the pieces that she used most in her wardrobe. So she asked this girl put all the pieces she used mostly, she reached for constantly in her life, in her normal life. We're not thinking about utopic cases, right? Your dream wardrobe. We think about like, what are the ones that are hard-working pieces in your wardrobe you most use. They put it all in the bed. I suggest you do the same if you don't have a spreadsheet or some way you control your outfits like me. That's what I did. I went directly into my spreadsheet and I was like, let's filter which ones did I use most. So it was like no lies with me. It's like right there in my face. If you don't have that, go with your instincts, with your gut instincts. Don't lie to yourself, because that will only get in your way. Put those pieces on the bed and look at them. What do they tell you? What's the story they tell you about you? What is the style that they convey? I will show you right here. Basically, for me, were like, my summer wardrobe, because I was doing that in the transition from summer to fall. So I'm looking at my summer wardrobe basically, and it's very like, you can see very small pieces, like kind of like squarish, because everything is very cropped and short. Of course, it is summer, so of course that, it's going to be lighter pieces, but everything has a very like rhythmic and very short silhouette, very like clear lines. That's something that I actually do love in my wardrobe. But what I noticed first, like recapping, was comfortable, because comfortable is actually very important to me. I don't know if that's the first thing people see. I don't think it is, but all of those pieces are extremely comfortable, easy, practical, and I was like, ooh, comfortable. But then when I got to the second and the third word, I actually started to rethink the first one, because I was like, I don't think that that's what it was. There was something else. And then I came to the conclusion that my first word, the pieces I most use, actually convey staccato. What is this concept? It's the concept that comes from the Gamine styling, Gamine lines, which is short lines interrupted with angles. It's like ta 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 ta, which comes, I think, from music, which is like very rhythmic but cut and very emphasized, let's say. That's exactly what I love. Like, all my silhouettes that I really like are always cut. I like the short pieces, the crop pieces, the cut silhouette. And if you're not tired of me doing that, I rethinked my first word, and instead of comfortable, I changed it to staccato, which is normal, because this is a process. So you might go through that too. You might like, I don't know, maybe this. Just put a stakeholder, their stakeholder word, like I did, comfortable. In the future, or as you go along, maybe very soon in the same day, you can put more than one word, like 3 at tops for the first word, or the second or the third, the one you're like thinking about and you still haven't decided. So you can ponder and try to see with use, with time, what fits you better, right? So now that we understand our first word, at least I'm giving you mine, is the trim, the fitted, the cropped, the staccato. So we're talking in my case about lines and silhouettes, that's what I go for. And then we jump to the second word. Now that we know which pieces we use more, we're talking about our aspirational self. Now we're not talking as much about reality. Of course, a little bit about reality, but try to also be realistic with you, a little bit of like what can be done in your life. But we are talking about second word, aspirational self. A great place to go. Can you guess what we're gonna say? Go to Pinterest. Pinterest is going to give you all the world at your fingers in an organized way, so you can search very quickly by very specific and very well used keywords that you can, just find. And you most likely already have a Pinterest board with the things you crave to be your aspirational self, your topic self. Let's dream right now. So that's what I did. And I'm gonna show you now, like I have a huge board. This is not the board I actively use. This is like the board that I dump things in, that I'm not concerned that this is the final board. It's just like I like this, like this, like this. And in this case, there are many repeated concepts, which is okay. I just want to try to understand the percentage, like what are the things I'm actually attracted to, because if 90% of my board is miniskirts, maybe that's telling me something, that kind of vibe. So just put the things you're like, that's who I want to be, that's what I want. And then comes the hard part, which is looking at them and trying to come up with only one word to summarize. I know it's hard, it takes time. If you want, you can, and I did, use friends. So if you have friends that also, are into style, into the same journey, or internet, whatever, you can post it and send it to them and ask people like, what do you see? What is the overall idea, that vibe, style that you get from here? It doesn't have to be style like classic. It could be a color. It could be a vibe, like, oh, I see hippie. Oh, I see 20s. It doesn't have to be, oh, you are romantic. Oh, you are this. Like it's an idea. And most of all, the word needs to convey to you the correct idea. So be careful with people having different concepts about different words and ideas. So what, for example, 70s means to me might not be exactly what it means to you. Even though it is a historic period, what pops in my mind first is not probably the same that pops in yours. So it doesn't matter the word itself, it matters what it means to you. What is the images that pop into your mind, because you are going to be the one observing it in your clothes and analyzing them later. So if they're conveying the wrong thing for you, then you're not going to be able to connect with the idea and actually use it well. If your word is minis and with that you got all the idea you need, then that's your word. Like staccato, it's pretty, weird word unless you're in the gamine world. You wouldn't, really connect to this word. But for me, it says everything in one word to me. That's what matters. So after analyzing my whole board, I came up with my second word. It was actually a little bit hard. I took a lot of, I like colorful. There was a lot of 60s inspired. And for a while, I didn't even know where, the direction, but I settled in playful. So I think I was actually touching a little bit on that, but another parenthesis here, like so much parenthesis. It might take you the whole 3 words analysis to actually figure out which words it are, because in the end of this journey, you're probably going to understand better, because it's an exercise. Not everyone is thinking about how to define with words their things in the daily life. So it's something that you might, take some time of exercise and brainstorming to actually be able to convey correctly. So don't be harsh on yourself. Again, if it takes you 1 hour, 1 day, 1 month, 1 year to come up with your words, and if they change after, it's fine. The important thing is that you're getting to know yourself. So my second word was playful. Because I thought that playful conveyed the kind of gaminish, childish, but yet a little bit sexy but sassy, and with color. I thought it was all that I needed to understand. And then we reached the third word finally. This video was supposed to be quick, legit. The third word is about how you want your outfits, your wardrobe to make you feel. It's about feeling. For everyone, is going to be very different and very similar, I guess, in a way. Like, you would always, I suppose, to want to be comfortable, to feel good in your skin, to feel nice, to feel, beautiful, that kind of stuff. But the thing about here is, again, talking about that exercise, right? We are talking about the word that actually conveys the right thing to you. So now it's not about looking at a board, looking at an outfit necessarily. Think back, that's what I did, to outfits that you actually used in the past that were your favorites. Like, for me, when I think back to those examples, to those outfits, the very special ones, right? Like, I feel I like most of my outfits, but like those that were very, very special and dear, that I was like, wow, this was the day that I nailed it. They make me feel pretty. I know, this is like, oh, that's kind of obvious. Yeah, but that gives me that joy, that feeling from the inside, like, I feel oh so good. I feel like $1,000,000. I feel pretty. For me, pretty has everything I need in itself as a word for me to understand the concept, like, yes, I got it. Because pretty for me makes a feminine with confidence, that idea of being feminine and confident, but not too much of anything. It's just pretty. And for me, that's perfect. So in the end, I came up with staccato, playful, and pretty. Those are my 3 words. And now we're gonna talk about how to use this. How did I use it? Luckily, when I discovered this method, I went to search in the internet. There wasn't much being talked about it, honestly, like specifically the 3 words method, but I think it's becoming trendy, and it was just in time for me to use it for my fall capsule wardrobe, the last one right now, which was my first well-succeeded capsule wardrobe, so that says a lot. And I was able to use it because, like, in one day I was like done, because for me, I spent a lot of time thinking about this, so I kind of like, it was an easy process for me, even though I had to change some words. So the first moments where I was able to use this were first when I went through all my cold weather clothes to define what was going in my capsule wardrobe. This wasn't the most important piece, but it was a very important piece that was missing before, and I'll tell you why in a minute, why it was so important. I also had to consider, my color. I made a video about the whole process where I actually told you guys about the 3 words method. I'm gonna link it up here. It's a great video for you to see the whole process. But these 3 words were used in every niche piece to see if they adapted at least to 2 of them. Because if they adapt to only 1 of the words, the problem with that is that it will be much harder for me to make a cohesive outfit, because they go too much in only one direction, right? If they're not gonna supply at least 2 words for me, they're most likely going to be a little out, and most likely are not going to choose them very much. I went through all my clothes and the 3 words had to be in, or at least 2 of them, and that helped me to pull my fall capsule wardrobe together, and it was super helpful. But the most important thing that happened with these 3 words was getting dressed in the morning. Oh yeah, I use this every single day. I use this method every single day when I get dressed, because I think even though this method is very helpful to choose some pieces of clothing, this method is absolutely a must to choose a whole outfit. Because in the morning, we usually don't, want to spend 3 hours getting ready. If you do and you can, that's great. But usually most people go kind of in a rush. So you have your capsule wardrobe there, perfect, working for you, which is great. It's an absolutely perfect and great and awesome first start. But even if you don't have a capsule wardrobe, when you get ready, that's the real proof, when you get ready in the morning. Because you're gonna reach for your clothes and you wanna get, ideally, an effect and vibe in 3 words. You want to get those 3 words in the end. So every time I do that, I look myself in the mirror. Usually when I have like a top and a bottom, maybe I don't have a 3rd piece, I don't have my makeup, I don't have hair, accessories. So it's very in the base, the outfit. And I will ask myself in the mirror, so do I have it? Do I have the 3 words? And I know it might sound like a chore. It is absolutely not, because it's so easy, because it's 3 words. I don't forget it. I always have them with me, and I'm always thinking, do I have them? It's so practical, so easy. You always carry them with you. You're not gonna forget 3 words. And if you do, it's still 3 words. You can make a little note. And even when you go out shopping, like I didn't actually do that much, but you can always look and see, does this piece piece, you know, fit the vibe, fit the energy, fit the 3 words. And because everything you want is summarizing 3 words, it makes everything very, very super, ultra, hyper, easy and objective and practical. Because, you know, for me at least, when I spend a lot of time thinking about it, I end up with a whole page, if not more, of, you know, rules and directions of how to choose clothes and blah, 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 blah. And that is too much. I will never remember that, and much less remember that for every piece or every day in the morning when I'm getting ready at like 7 in the morning. No, I don't think so. But 3 words, that's easy. So every day I do that. And then to choose the rest of my look, I consider, usually what happens a lot to me is that I have staccato, but playful and pretty are still missing. So that is something that I've noticed with you, like through these 3 months, this whole cycle of fall, that staccato is kind of like, let's say, secure in my base, in my capsule, in my choices, but playful and pretty is something that I usually have to work a little bit more for, and something that I usually prefer to solve with makeup and accessories. Sometimes the 3rd piece, but usually with makeup and accessories. So that's a good thing too. You'll be able to observe how each word comes in to solve your whole outfit in your own style. Maybe, you know, hair is very important for you, and you might finish your look and be in like, you know, like that cherry on the top with your hair, who knows? Maybe it's your coat, your overlay, your 3rd piece. The thing is, having now these 3 words as guides will allow you to figure out how you want to solve that and complement your look in the wardrobe. Because now it's very practical. You know exactly which words they are and exactly where you can do it in your outfit. Oh, maybe my base is very elegant, but now I feel like I need some sporty. So I'm going to put the sweatshirt and I'm going to break the look, or I'm going to put a sneaker and break the look. It's up to you. The world is at your feet. You know, it's at your reach. You can do whatever you want. So to close this video, I just want to summarize. We went through how I did to choose my 3 words, how you can do it too, because I think that basically it's what they mean and how you can access them. If you find any other good way to, you know, discover your 3 words, or if you already have 3 words, let me know down below in the comments. I'll link Allison Bornstein video and also the video I was talking to you about, like where I did my whole style journey to find my capsule, which is working marvelously well. In one of the next videos, it's going to be the winter capsule wardrobe planning. Yes, because it's winter already. Aren't you excited? And with that, I thank you for watching, commenting, liking, subscribing, all of that jazz. And most importantly, I hope you have an awesome day. See you in the next one.